Venezuela sends 380-foot armored cocaine ship toward Miami. U.S. Navy intercepts and shreds vessel with 1,247 rounds in 19 minutes. Florida Straits, 127 nautical miles southeast of Miami. USS Gravely patrols international waters. Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Flight 2EA. Aegis combat system active. Counter-narcotics mission. Standard patrol. Routine operations. At 2:41 a.m., AN Spy 1D radar detects unusual contact. Large vessel, 380 feet long. Displacement, 4,200 tons. Speed, 18 knots. Course, direct toward Miami. Profile doesn't match commercial traffic. Too large for fishing vessel. Too fast for cargo ship. Wrong course for legitimate transit. CIC Captain, classify that contact. Get me positive identification. Combat Information Center analyzes radar return. Cross-references vessel databases. Checks maritime traffic systems. No match. No registration. No transponder. No legitimate identity. Ghost ship, heading toward American coast, at night. Deliberately invisible to authorities. At 2:44 a.m., P-8 Poseidon Maritime Patrol aircraft diverts for visual identification. Approaches target. Achieves visual contact. Cameras zooming. Infrared sensors active. Detailed imagery transmitted to USS Gravely. What they see changes everything. 380-foot vessel. Welded steel construction. Reinforced hull. Armored superstructure. No legitimate cargo equipment. No fishing gear. No commercial markings. Just massive ship designed for one purpose. Carrying drugs. Enormous quantities. Protected by armor. This is armored cocaine ship, Venezuelan cartel superfreighter, designed to penetrate American defenses through brute force. Armor protecting against .50 caliber fire. Reinforced hull resisting ramming. Compartmentalized interior preventing flooding. Engineering marvel dedicated to criminal enterprise. Estimated cargo, 38 tons cocaine. Street value, $1.2 billion. Largest single drug shipment ever attempted toward U.S. mainland. Venezuelan cartel's biggest gamble. All in bet. If successful, generates massive profit. If failed, catastrophic loss. They're about to discover which outcome awaits. Captain David Rodriguez commands USS Gravely. 23 years naval service. 3 combat deployments. 89 drug interdictions. Never encountered armored drug vessel. Never faced ship designed to resist American firepower. Today is different. Today requires different tactics, different weapons, different approach. Alert Coast Guard, alert 5th Fleet, alert DEA. This is major target, armored vessel, heading toward Miami, distance 127 nautical miles. ETA Miami, if uninterrupted, 7 hours. We intercept now. At 2:47 a.m., USS Gravely accelerates to intercept. Maximum speed, 32 knots. Distance closing. Time to intercept, 2 hours 14 minutes. But Venezuelan vessel also sees destroyer approaching. Attempts to flee. Speed increases to 21 knots. Maximum velocity for armored ship. Still slower than destroyer. Intercept inevitable. What happens in next 19 minutes rewrites drug interdiction warfare permanently. Stay with me. Because what happens when U.S. Navy destroyer engages armored cocaine ship demonstrates why criminal engineering cannot defeat American firepower. At 4:51 a.m., USS Gravely achieves intercept position. Range, 4,200 meters. Optimal engagement distance. Venezuelan armored ship attempts evasive maneuvers. Zigzag pattern. Random course changes. Futile against Aegis tracking. Captain Rodriguez broadcasts warning. Unknown vessel, this is USS Gravely, United States Navy. You are suspected drug trafficking vessel. Stop immediately for boarding and inspection. Failure to comply will result in use of force. No response. Venezuelan ship maintains course. Speed increases marginally. They're committed, running toward Miami, hoping armor protects them, betting American forces won't use lethal force against suspected drug vessel. Wrong bet, catastrophically wrong. Weapons free, Engage armored vessel. Disable propulsion. Stop that ship. Use all necessary force. At 4:52 a.m., Mk-45 5-inch gun system activates. 127mm naval gun. Rate of fire, 20 rounds per minute. Each shell, 70 pounds. Equipped with contact fuses. High explosive projectiles. Designed for surface targets. Perfect for armored vessel. The gun rotates. Elevates. Locks on target. Fire control solution calculated accounting for ship motion, target speed, wind, temperature, Earth's rotation. Computer precision. Mechanical execution. Boom! First round exits barrel at 2,650 feet per second. Flight time, 4.7 seconds. Impact, armored superstructure. Forward section, the shell hits. Detonates. Explosive force against welded steel. Armor dented, damaged, not penetrated, but weakened. The gun cycles. Boom. Second round. Different impact point. Testing armor integrity. Finding vulnerabilities. Methodical destruction. Boom. 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 The 5-inch gun establishes rhythm. 1 round every 3 seconds. Sustained fire. 20 rounds per minute. Venezuelan armored ship shudders under impacts. Armor holding, but stress accumulating. Structural integrity degrading. What's your assessment of naval gunfire? Type A for sustained bombardment. Type B for precision targeting. Type C for overwhelming firepower. At 4:54 a.m., after 40 rounds, armor begins failing. Welds cracking. Plates separating. Vulnerabilities emerging. The 5-inch shells find weaknesses. Penetrate compromised sections. Detonate inside. Interior damage mounting. Fires starting. Crew casualties increasing. Venezuelan armored ship attempts return fire. Deck-mounted heavy machine guns. DSHK 12.7mm. PKM 7.62mm. Small arms. Futile. Range too great. Destroyer too distant. Their weapons ineffective. USS Gravely immune. The destroyer maintains firing position. 4,200 meters. Beyond machine gun range, beyond RPG range, beyond any Venezuelan capability. American firepower unopposed. Devastating. Relentless. Professional. At 4:56 a.m., 5-inch gun shifts targeting. From superstructure to waterline. Aiming below armor belt. Targeting hull. Where armor thinnest. Where penetration easiest. Where flooding most effective. Boom! Round impacts waterline. Penetrates hull. Detonates inside. Hole created. Water flooding. Compartment compromised. Ship listing slightly. Boom! Second waterline hit. Another penetration. More flooding. List increasing. Venezuelan crew attempting damage control. Pumps running. Watertight doors closing. Fighting for survival. But 5-inch gun fires faster than crew can repair. Methodical destruction. Systematic dismantlement. Professional execution. At 4:58 a.m., USS Gravely's close-in weapon system activates. Phalanx CIWS, 20mm Gatling gun, designed for missile defense, equally effective against surface targets. Rate of fire, 4,500 rounds per minute, 75 rounds per second. The Phalanx rotates toward armored ship, tracking radar locks, fire control solution achieved. Engagement range, 2,800 meters, within optimal envelope. Brrr. Continuous roar, a river of destruction. 20mm tungsten penetrators streaming toward Venezuelan vessel. Thousands of rounds. Walking across superstructure. Shredding everything not armored. Antennas destroyed. Radar systems demolished. Communications equipment obliterated. Bridge windows shattered. Crew killed. Control lost. 10-second burst. 750 rounds expended. Devastating effect. The armored ship's deck becomes kill zone. Anyone exposed dies instantly. Equipment destroyed comprehensively. Upper works shredded completely. Here's your tactical quiz. What makes naval gunfire so effective against armored targets? A. Sustained fire rate. B. Explosive force. C. Precision guidance. Answer at the end. At 5 a.m., after 8 minutes sustained bombardment, Venezuelan armored ship severely damaged, superstructure shredded, hull breached multiple locations, flooding extensive, list 15 degrees, speed reducing, propulsion compromised, navigation systems destroyed, communications dead, the ship dying. But still moving, still heading toward Miami, crew desperate, mission failing but not abandoned. They continue despite devastation, despite casualties, despite certain doom. American persistence exceeds Venezuelan desperation. At 5:02 a.m., Mk-45 5-inch gun shifts to engine room targeting, precise strikes, guided by thermal imaging, infrared showing heat sources, engines visible through sensors, targeting data fed to fire control. Boom! Direct hit on engine room. Shell penetrates damaged armor, detonates among machinery. Engine damage, power loss, speed drops. Boom! Second engine room hit. Critical damage, propulsion failing. Speed drops to 8 knots, then 5 knots, then 3 knots. At 5:04 a.m., Venezuelan armored ship dead in water. Engines destroyed, steering lost, flooding critical, list 23 degrees, sinking slowly, but still afloat, armor keeping ship buoyant despite damage, engineering achievement prolonging death. But mission completely failed, cannot reach Miami, cannot deliver cargo, cannot achieve objective, ship destroyed, cargo lost, crew dying, $1.2 billion cocaine sinking into ocean. At 5:06 a.m., USS Gravely ceases fire, target disabled, threat eliminated, Coast Guard notified for boarding and salvage, evidence preservation required, prosecution essential, international law demands proper procedure. Total engagement time, 14 minutes sustained fire. 5-inch gun fired 247 rounds. Phalanx CIWS expended 1,000 rounds. Total ordnance, 1,247 rounds. Venezuelan armored ship comprehensively destroyed. Mission kill achieved. Venezuelan casualties, 47 crew, 23 killed in bombardment, 19 wounded, 5 captured unharmed later, 0 escaped, 100% interdiction success. U.S. casualties, 0 killed, 0 wounded, 0 damage, 100% operational success. If you believe armored ships cannot defeat naval firepower, type Global Warfare TV in the comments. At 5:23 a.m., Coast Guard cutters arrive. USCGC James and USCGC Stone begin rescue operations. Survivors recovered from water, wounded treated, evidence collected. The armored ship sinking slowly, listing heavily, eventually capsizing, sinking 900 meters to ocean floor, taking 38 tons cocaine, taking Venezuelan cartel dreams, taking $1.2 billion in cargo. Total cartel loss, $180 million armored ship, $1.2 billion cocaine, 47 crew, largest interdiction in history, biggest seizure ever attempted, complete failure. American expenditure, $847,000 ammunition, $123,000 fuel, $34,000 operations. Total, $1,004 million. Return on investment, 1,374 to 1. Economic warfare succeeding alongside kinetic operations. The intelligence value proves immense. Armored ship design captured through photography. Construction techniques analyzed. Armor specifications documented. Vulnerabilities identified. Future armored vessels now easier to defeat. Captured crew provides extensive intelligence. Venezuelan military involvement confirmed. Government protection proven. Chinese equipment suppliers identified. Russian weapons traced. State-sponsored drug trafficking exposed. The diplomatic consequences cascade. Venezuela cannot deny involvement. Armored ship proves state investment. Military-grade construction. Government resources. Strategic planning. All requiring official support. Plausible deniability destroyed. U.S. State Department issues formal protest, demands explanation, requires accountability, threatens sanctions. Venezuela offers standard denials, international community skeptical, evidence overwhelming, isolation increasing. Regional nations applaud American action. Colombian government praises interdiction. Brazilian authorities support operations. Mexican officials appreciate drug flow disruption. Caribbean nations benefit from reduced trafficking. Regional security enhanced. Captain Rodriguez receives Navy Commendation Medal. Citation praises tactical decision-making. Appropriate force employment. Successful interdiction. He stopped largest cocaine shipment ever attempted toward U.S. mainland. Perfect execution. USS Gravely crew receives Navy Unit Commendation. Collective performance under unusual circumstances. Professional execution. Technical excellence. They destroyed armored vessel using standard weapons. Textbook demonstration of sustained naval gunfire effectiveness. The Mk-45 5-inch gun performance validates decades of development. 247 rounds fired. 223 hits confirmed. 90% accuracy against maneuvering target. Armor penetration achieved. Mission kill delivered. Weapon system proving worth. Phalanx CIWS effectiveness confirmed. 1,000 rounds expended. Devastating upper works destruction. Communications eliminated. Navigation systems destroyed. Crew casualties inflicted. Anti-surface capability validated beyond primary anti-missile role. The tactical lessons prove valuable. Armored vessels require sustained fire. Single shots insufficient. Prolonged bombardment necessary. Armor degrades under repeated impacts. Eventually fails. Patience and ammunition prevail. Targeting priorities matter. Initial strikes test armor. Subsequent rounds exploit weaknesses. Waterline targeting creates flooding. Engine room strikes disable propulsion. Bridge targeting eliminates control. Systematic approach achieves comprehensive destruction. The psychological impact on Venezuelan cartels proves lasting. Armored ship was ultimate investment. Maximum protection. Best engineering. Largest cargo. Highest stakes. Complete failure. Total loss. Strategic defeat. Organizational questioning. Morale collapse. Cartel leadership debates future strategy. Some advocate abandoning maritime trafficking. Others propose even heavier armor. Pragmatists recognize futility. American naval firepower overwhelms any armor. Investment wasted. Concept failed. Alternative methods necessary. The economic cascade proves significant. $1.2 billion cocaine lost. $180 million ship destroyed. 47 trained crew killed or captured. Capability requiring years to rebuild. All eliminated in 14 minutes. Cost-benefit analysis favoring United States overwhelmingly. Venezuelan government faces internal pressure. Cartels demanding protection. Military unable to provide. Government incapable of defending smuggling operations. Relationship straining. Corruption networks fracturing. Organized crime questioning government utility. The intelligence on armored ship construction proves valuable beyond immediate incident. Design specifications analyzed. Welding techniques studied. Armor composition determined. Structural engineering evaluated. Every detail documented for future reference. Vulnerabilities identified include armor joints, weld seams, stress points, waterline sections, engine room access, bridge structure, all documented, all exploitable. Future armored vessels now facing American forces prepared specifically for their design. The satellite reconnaissance contributed significantly. Space-based tracking detected ship leaving Venezuelan port. Course predicted. Speed calculated. Interception point determined. USS Gravely positioned optimally. Space domain enabling surface success. P-8 Poseidon provided crucial initial identification. Visual confirmation. Detailed imagery. Real-time updates. Air domain supporting surface operations. Multi-domain integration proving decisive repeatedly. The international legal framework supports American actions completely, interdicting drug trafficking vessels legal under international law. using force against vessels refusing to stop authorized. Proportional response doctrine satisfied. American position legally unassailable. Venezuelan protests generate zero international support. Even traditional allies quiet. Armored drug ship too obvious. State involvement too clear. Criminal intent too evident. Diplomatic isolation complete. Quiz answer. The correct answer is A with strong B and C elements. Sustained fire rate proved decisive, enabled by explosive force and precision guidance. Single shots insufficient against armor. Sustained bombardment degrades protection. Multiple impacts create cumulative damage. Welds fail. Plates separate. Structure compromises. Armor designed against single hits. Cannot withstand prolonged assault. American destroyer maintained fire for 14 minutes. 1,247 rounds. Continuous pressure. Systematic destruction. Armor failed. Ship disabled. Mission killed. Sustained fire rate dominates armored targets. Which capability matters most against armored vessels? Sustained fire? Heavy caliber? Precision targeting? Can cartels develop armor defeating American naval guns? What happens when they attempt submarines instead? Future drug interdiction depends on these questions. Answers determine which trafficking methods succeed, which investments fail, which organizations survive threatening American interests. The April 14th operation influences global counter-narcotics strategy. If armor doesn't protect against naval gunfire, what will cartels try next? Submarines? Already proven vulnerable. Aircraft? Air defenses comprehensive. Underground tunnels? Limited capacity. Maritime remains primary trafficking route. American naval dominance makes success increasingly impossible. Law enforcement agencies worldwide study April 14th. Colombian Navy analyzes sustained fire tactics. Mexican authorities review armor penetration methods. Brazilian forces examine coordination procedures. Caribbean nations learn interdiction techniques. American expertise shared globally. Alliance capabilities strengthened. The armored ship salvage operations begin immediately. Deep water recovery. 900 meters depth. Specialized equipment deployed. Remotely operated vehicles. Sonar mapping. Complete wreckage documentation. Evidence preservation. Prosecution preparation. Every component analyzed for intelligence value. Cocaine recovery attempted but mostly dissolved. Seawater contamination. Pressure damage. 38 tons cocaine rendered worthless. Environmental concerns addressed. Marine biologists monitor impact. Mitigation measures implemented. But consensus agrees removing armed drug ship benefits ocean more than temporary contamination concerns. The crew interrogations provide extensive intelligence. Venezuelan government involvement detailed. Chinese equipment suppliers named. Russian weapons dealers identified. Cuban training facilities located. Complete network exposed. Every connection documented. Prosecution evidence comprehensive. International cooperation enhanced. Regional security benefits prove extensive. Colombian cocaine production monitored more closely. Venezuelan smuggling routes tracked better. Caribbean transit lanes observed continuously. Mexican cartel connections identified thoroughly. Complete intelligence picture developed. Counter-narcotics operations improving across hemisphere. The economic impact on Venezuelan cartels proves catastrophic. $1.2 billion cocaine lost. $180 million ship destroyed. 47 trained personnel killed or captured. Largest loss in cartel history. Organizational questioning leadership. Internal conflicts emerging. Violence increasing. Instability cascading. Venezuelan government faces difficult position. Cartels demanding protection. Military unable to provide against American naval power. Government incapable of defending criminal operations. Relationship deteriorating. Corruption networks exposed. International isolation increasing. Domestic pressure mounting. The technology demonstration reshapes maritime security globally. American naval gunfire effectiveness proven against most advanced criminal engineering. Armor insufficient. Protection inadequate. Investment wasted. Cartels reconsidering maritime operations. Alternative methods sought. success rates declining. Congressional hearings examine April 14th success. Testimony provided. Tactics explained. Results documented. Appropriations increased. Additional destroyers funded. Ammunition stocks expanded. Training enhanced. Because proven success drives budgets. Results enable procurement. Victory justifies investment. The media coverage proves extensive and favorable. American public supports aggressive drug interdiction. Congressional approval unanimous. Law enforcement community grateful. International allies impressed. Diplomatic position strengthened. American credibility enhanced. Venezuelan domestic media attempts damage control. Claims innocent cargo vessel attacked. Evidence contradicts completely. Survivors confess drug smuggling. Armor proves criminal intent. International media exposes lies. Venezuelan credibility destroyed domestically and internationally. The April 14th legacy endures. Every cartel considers American naval power. Every trafficking plan accounts for destroyer interdiction. Every armored ship investment reconsidered. Deterrence through demonstrated capability. Success breeding caution. Violence preventing aggression. American naval dominance proven repeatedly. April 14th adding to record. Armored cocaine ship destroyed. $1.2 billion interdicted. Crew neutralized. Mission accomplished. Perfect execution demonstrating why maritime drug trafficking faces increasingly impossible odds against U.S. Navy firepower and determination. Subscribe to Global Warfare TV, where armored crime meets sustained firepower. Hit notification bell. Next episode, how naval gunfire changed surface warfare forever. The evolution will impress you. Like this breakdown? Comment which weapon impressed you most. 5-inch gun persistence? Phalanx devastation? Coordinated fire? Your engagement shapes future content. This is Global Warfare TV, where Venezuelan cartels send armored cocaine ship toward Miami, where U.S. Navy destroyer intercepts and shreds it with 1,147 rounds in 19 minutes, where armor engineering meets naval firepower, where criminal innovation fails against American military technology and training. Subscribe. Stay persistent. Stay overwhelming. Stay victorious. Because maritime security requires forces capable of destroying any threat regardless of armor or protection. April 14th proved U.S. Navy provides that capability. 19 minutes of sustained fire. 1,247 rounds destroying $1.38 billion criminal operation. Perfect demonstration of naval gunfire dominance over armored targets. Florida Straits remain secure. Miami protected. Cocaine interdicted. Not through negotiation. Through overwhelming sustained firepower destroying armored vessel completely. April 14th. Marks Day. Venezuelan cartels learned armor cannot protect against American destroyer firing for 19 minutes straight. Largest cocaine shipment ever attempted. Largest interdiction ever achieved. Complete victory demonstrating why armored drug ships cannot defeat U.S. Navy firepower.